Like me, I know all of you guys are waiting for the some minna, hey, waka, hey, 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. Kai Havertz is returning to the Arsenal squad. And I won't lie, I am more excited than any other Arsenal fan on the planet because Kai Havertz is one of my favorite players. Yeah. Those that know me know that I have been backing this guy from the very beginning. And what he will bring back to this team is unfathomable. It cannot be measured. Yeah. And I don't care what the haters say because Kai Havertz is a top footballer. Yeah. But look, obviously it's a new channel. Make sure you guys are subscribing. You know, I'll be forever grateful to the gang that subscribe and like the videos and comment and get involved in helping this channel get to where it needs to get. Now, look, let's just right out of the bat, get into it. So Hand of Arsenal, yeah, has posted Kai Havertz is targeting the remaining December fixtures as a possible return. The German international's reintegration will be managed carefully, but he is pushing hard to make an appearance before the year closes out. Cautious optimism, but one to watch. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, AFC Camden is the one that kind of reported this. And then obviously when Hand of Arsenal steps in and gives the stamp of approval, you pretty much know that it's right. You pretty much know that it's right. Now, look, we have a very busy December. We have a lot of fixtures, yeah? But our next fixture is Everton. If Kai Havertz could make it onto the bench for that Everton game, to me, that Everton game is a W. There's no doubt about it. Because like me, I know all of you guys are waiting for the some minna, hey, waka, hey, 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again, and it will be ringing around the Hill Dickinson if he can make it onto the pitch. But if he can't, there's loads of other opportunities in the month of December for him to get involved in the squad. Now, we need someone who is able to, I guess, relieve a bit of the pressure and a bit of the duties from Viktor Gyokeres, who has currently been playing pretty much nigh on all minutes up front. And I think it's put a target on his back because obviously it was only going to go one of two ways. He was going to score a bag of goals or he wasn't going to score enough goals to keep everybody happy. And unfortunately, it's the latter. But Kai Havertz is someone that can help with that because sometimes, and just sometimes, and I'm a firm believer in this, you need to sit on the bench and just watch the game to understand how to better integrate into the 11, to better understand how your role kind of impacts the team, to better understand certain positions that you can take up. And that's definitely something that I believe Viktor Gyokeres will benefit from, being able to sit on the bench and watch Kai Havertz and see how Kai Havertz plays. I don't think Marino is a good kind of case study for him because they're way too far apart as profiles. Whereas I feel like Kai Havertz is somewhere in between Viktor Gyokeres and Mikel Marino. The other thing that I think will do Viktor Gyokeres really good is if Kai Havertz is starting, that means when he comes off the bench, he's coming off the bench with a load of energy. He's coming off the bench feeling fresh. He's coming off the bench with a mission, and that mission is to score. And it's a lot easier to come on when legs are tired and do your game than starting from the beginning, trying to do your game. It's not working, and you're getting tired alongside the other players. Now, Kai Havertz, a lot of people don't really appreciate his goal return. And don't get me wrong, I understand to a degree, because as a main number 9, you really want to see them breaking 20. You really do. But I think over the last 2 seasons in the Prem, correct me if I'm wrong off the top of my head, he's got 13-ish goals. Now, as a backup striker, or someone that plays behind the striker, that's a good goal return in the Premier League. In my opinion, of course. That's a very good goal return in the Premier League. As a starting 9 who's leading the line for a whole season, it's a bit meh. But Arsenal, we don't really struggle with scoring goals. It's not one of our struggles. You know, the last few seasons, we've scored quite a lot. 23, 24, we actually broke the record at the club. But it's more about having, I guess, players in the 9 that can score those goals in moments when you need them. That's the more important thing. Because there's loads of times where Kai Havertz hasn't been able to put the ball in the back of the net, and then we're finishing the game and it's like, oh, we drew, or oh, we lost the game. And we're just looking back at all the chances that he had, and if he just put them away, maybe our fortunes change. Maybe our fortunes do change. But then I also feel like that can be applied to a lot of players at Arsenal. So I'm not too harsh on Kai Havertz for that. I'm not even too harsh on Mikel Merino or Viktor Gyokeres for that either. Because I understand the way that we play, the way that we set up, we generate enough, but we should generate more. It's like if I'm a forward player, let's say forward player, because it's not just about the 9. If I'm a forward player and in every game I'm getting maybe 4 or 5 clear-cut chances and I'm not putting them away, that's a lot different to getting like 1 clear-cut chance a game and not putting it away, if you follow where I'm going, people. So, look, bringing Kai Havertz back in the side not only takes kind of a bit of load off of Viktor Gyokeres, a bit of pressure off of Viktor Gyokeres, and a bit of expectation off of Viktor Gyokeres, it also allows us to be a bit more experimental with our setup. Arteta has come out this season and said he actually wanted to try 2 up top, but he hasn't been able to due to injuries. So now with Gabriel Jesus being back, Viktor Gyokeres being back, and Kai Havertz hopefully returning in December, he's got more than enough to test out some different formations. And I'm all for that. You know, I'm even all for Kai Havertz potentially taking some of the expectation and some of the load off of the likes of Ødegaard, off of the likes of Eze, because he can also play in that 10 role. Obviously, as a shadow striker, he did it at Bayer Leverkusen. That's where me specifically, fell in love with Kai Havertz, is him at Bayer Leverkusen and how he played at Bayer Leverkusen. And I would like to experience that at Arsenal. I would like to experience him kind of lurking behind the striker, kind of what Mikel Merino does, ghosting into the box, not really being the person that defenders pick up, but being the extra man that can kind of creep in, not really noticed, and do some damage. Creative-wise, he's not the most creative, but he's very intelligent. So I think he's someone that could definitely see, or at least acknowledge, runs that are being made by Gyokeres, runs that are being made by Jesus, runs that are being made by Saka, and play them through, runs that are being made by Martinelli and play them through. I don't think he's, well, I was going to say fearful, but I don't think that it's necessarily a fear thing when it comes to Ødegaard, sometimes not really playing those kind of direct passes. But there is sort of an undertone at Arsenal of we must retain the ball ahead of losing it. I don't feel like Kai Havertz has that in him. I feel like Kai Havertz wants to make things happen. And he will when he returns. So look, people, I'm over the moon. I feel like this is the best news ever because I wasn't expecting him to come back until next year. I thought 2026 is when he was going to be back. But if we can bring him back into the fold in this December period will go a lot more smoother for us. So look, let me know what you think, people, about Kai Havertz returning in December. Where do you see him playing? And how happy are you that he's back? How happy are you that you're going to get to sing the song again? Hey, let me know. Comments below. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.